People who have cheated on their so, why didn't you just end the relationship? I wanted both things, and I was a selfish immature shit. I've never regretted anything more than hurting my partner like that. Same here. Me and my ex-wife was together for 9 years, married for 2 of those years. We never fought or anything, would do anything for each other. But it was basically we were living together, not much more. I started getting attention from another woman and loved it. Ended up sleeping with her and came clean with my ex. Got divorced because she wouldn't trust me again, and we weren't going to force it. The morning I told her was the only thing I regret. Seeing her collapse and be so broken. Took years to get over that. Definitely changed the way I treat my fiance in our relationship. Fear of being alone. But that's the way it came. I had an ex who attempted to cheat on me for the same reason. When I caught him, he said he was trying to find my replacement before I left him. This was at the end of what I had thought was a really great day, where I paid for us to do yoga together, get massages, and eat at a pretty decent restaurant. I was too stupid to trust my instincts and walk away at the time, which would have saved me a whole world of hurt. Feels bad, man. That's brutal. I had an ex who referred to the other person as a backup plan. She didn't understand that having a designated person as your backup plan is awful to both the person you're cheating on and the person you're cheating with. I won't be with you in trouble. I will just leave for my backup, and you stay here and suffer, or better become backup for my backup. I honestly hate reading stuff like this cause it puts so many irrational worries into my mind. Just can't help taking a peek though. I get no fears from this, just grown more aware how important it to facilitate honesty, trust, and dialogue in your relationship. I have cheated once. I loved this guy more than I can say in words, but we did not have a healthy relationship. He cheated on me. I even caught him once in bed with another man and I stayed with him anyways, because he was my world. He was my best friend. He was my family. But we didn't have sex. It killed me inside. I would show up at his house wearing nothing but lingerie and a fur coat. I wish this was a made up story by FML, it isn't. And he would ignore me. I didn't feel like I was attractive or sexy, and it got to the point where I didn't think he would even care if I had sex with someone else. So one night, I was out at a show with a bunch of people, including a guy I had an innocent crush on, and we ended up kissing. One kiss. I felt terrible about it afterwards. Sick. I confessed to my boyfriend and he went insane. He punched the windshield of my car and shattered it while I was driving. It was bad. He felt betrayed. Looking back at this 20 years later, it's obvious what was going on, but I didn't see it at the time. I was young, naive, and he was everything to me. I regretted hurting him then, and I still regret it to this day. I have never cheated on anyone again. Cheating isn't the answer. Talk it out, work it out, or get out. Edit. Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. Thank you all so much for the really supportive and kind comments. And to clear things up, I'm a female. Edit 2. Since a lot of you have commented on my statement about it's obvious what was going on and wonder what I meant by this. He was into dudes and I think he was very conflicted about it at the time. Why is it okay for him to cheat, but when you kiss someone he punches your windshield? Some guys like to treat women like they own them, and you can have many cars, but a car can have only one driver, sadly. Immaturity and a lot of insecurity. I was a teenager the only time I ever cheated, and it wasn't even a thought process. When I did it, it was really just I want that right now, and the fact that I had a girlfriend didn't even cross my mind, because I had never had to think of others' feelings in that way before. I was an insecure kid who thought that having a lot of sex meant I was masculine, and it proved something, but now I know it's just a scum move. After the person I cheated with told my girlfriend, I learned really quickly what those actions meant, and what kind of behavior is expected from us. So, wish I didn't have to hurt someone to figure it out though. I've never cheated on anyone, but my dad had an affair once. Honestly, I think the only reason he stayed with my batshit insane alcoholic mother at all is because of me and my sister. I feel like I know him. If you did, it'd be past tense. My dad's no longer with us. Cancer got him in 2016. Sorry for your loss. I've never been in a relationship, but know 2 people who have cheated. Both said they still loved their so, but something was missing, and they sought that from other people. They didn't want to leave their current relationship because they were still getting something good from it. But something else important was missing. So they simply got that from another. Yeah, maturity and commitment were missing. Loyalty and respect were nowhere to be seen either. Decency and thoughtfulness, long gone. No one person can be everything or provide everything. That's just a reality. Something will always be missing. If you can't be happy alone, you're less likely to be happy in a relationship. Nice saying, doesn't make it true. For some people, having someone to rely on, hold on to, is all they are missing. And that hole is not something that just goes away. Am I happy? I don't know. I have a decent life. I do things I enjoy. I want to do more, but don't want to do them alone. I was in an abusive relationship, but I didn't love myself enough to leave it. Same. Met a girl being abused, and we shared sob stories over beer. One night she came over to vent and play Guitar Hero, and it happened. We were both afraid to leave our BS/GF for fear of reprisal. We kept it going for 3 months before finally deciding to own up to it. Both spouses switched to pleading mode, and we kept each other strong enough to not go back. Eventually the relationship got stale when it wasn't about the cheating or the abuse from the people we were cheating on. Those were the only things we had in common, and we split shortly after. Get your wholesome cheating ass out to here. We are hating on scumbags over here. Still friends? We are not. Things got weird towards the end, I think mostly because we were dumbass college kids. She started pushing hard for a serious relationship, started talking about kids and marriage. I was still figuring out how to not have random anxiety attacks about shit. She would pick random fights about dumb things. There was a fight about a garage sale chair, woof, and I would retreat into myself instead of just brushing it off as something stupid. I did see her a few years later. Things were good for her, and I was happy for her. I also ran into my abusive ex years later as well, and we got lunch together. She apologized for how she treated me in the relationship, and said she ended up as a victim herself at one point. Made her wake up and realize that she was treating her spouses that way, and it was wrong. She did the exact same thing I did as well. Cheated on her boyfriend with another guy, just to escape the abusive relationship. Small world, I guess. Due to low self-esteem, I thrived off attention. So rather than saying no thank you, I have a girlfriend, I'd let things continue. But at the same time, I also craved stability, so never wanted to break things off with said girlfriend. There's nothing I regret more than hurting my ex like I did, and karma finally caught up with me a few years later, when I was cheated on by a different girlfriend, repeatedly. I didn't end that relationship after I found out about her cheating the first time, as I felt I deserved it from my past shittiness. I vowed never to cheat again, especially after feeling the pain myself. Edited for clarity. You put my past situation into words so well. An addition was my spinelessness, which didn't help my ability to not just say no. We heal together, stranger. There's long-term thinking, and there's short-term thinking. Long-term thinking, you're all about what will happen a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, possibly 5 or 10 years. Short-term thinking, you're all about holy shit, this person is hot, and I'm horny, and they're super great to be around, and what harm could it do, plus they clearly want to be with me too, and it's never ever been like this. For a lot of people, it's either one or the other. And, what's worse, short-term thinking, particularly when alcohol or peer pressure is involved, can really do a good job f***ing up long-term thinking in the very short term, until you sober up, or are less horny afterward, or, worse, they sober up, and they dump you, and you realize, oh, shit, and hey, some sex is better than no sex, so you stay with your so, and hope nobody notices that you done f***ed up. The worst is long-term thinking and still cheating. I can't be with this person in a month/6 months/a year/ever, but they're great and wonderful, and I know it would really hurt my partner, but they make me feel good, and I deserve that. It's like you know better, you know how awful it is, and you still make that choice. I never would wish that heartache and pain on anyone. They want the thrill of cheating, but the stability of the relationship, so they cheat and don't tell in order to maintain both options.